You've announced this inquiry into a bovine TB vaccine. Why have you chosen to do that?
I believe that a lot of the arguments are going to be about the cull, and I think there's a great division there, where I believe that the Select Committee, and my colleagues share that view, we can play a role by filling the gap in the knowledge about the two sets of vaccines that we need. There is a lot of work going on locally in my constituency, in the Food and Environment Research Agency. I believe that we need a lot of work to see what the cost of preparing the vaccine would be for badgers, what the cost of preparing the vaccine would be for cattle, how easy it would be to administer. And of course there is a crucial role for the European Union in this, because I think no farmer would wish to use a vaccine if it meant that any animal or any cattle product could not then be exported to the European Union market. So there's a lot of sensitive work that I believe we need to take evidence on and try and make some very powerful recommendations.
For as long as I've been working in agriculture, a vaccine has always been 5 years away, 10 years away. Every time we get a year closer, it seems to still be 5 or 10 years away. Do you have any views as to how soon a vaccine for badgers or for cattle might be widely available?
I don't think the committee could predict at this stage. I do believe that we need to hear the evidence and hear where the science is. I think as regards administering vaccine to badgers, there are very real practical difficulties to be overcome. I think that would be a very good way forward, but we have to look at the practicality of how that would be administered. As I say, again, we need to look at the science as regards preparing a vaccine for cattle. I know that some are undergoing preparation at the moment, but it has to be effective. It has to reduce and eradicate the disease. The difficulty is having a test that can identify, which I understand does not yet exist, between a clean animal which has been vaccinated or an animal which already presents signs of bovine TB. And I think that is the difficulty. And I think with every vaccine, whether it's bovine TB or whether it's been for foot and mouth, Europe has a view that they will not allow a vaccinated animal or product from that beast to enter into the food chain. This poses very real problems, practical problems, economic problems for our farmers, and I think we owe it to them to try and find a way forward. So I hope that now that we know that no cull will take place before the 1st of June, we hope we can report in sufficient time as to make a positive contribution to the debate.
So you've asked for evidence by mid-January?
Yes, we've invited calls for evidence. We will see where that evidence takes as to what oral evidence we hear, but obviously the written evidence itself is very powerful and we can rely on that on drawing our conclusions. Then when we come back in January, we will take oral evidence.
And do you believe that you'll be able to present your final report by the 1st of June?
We are hopeful that we'll have our report in a state that it will be some 2 or 3 months, so people can look at it, not just the government, but obviously the whole industry can look at, and we can move forward with some hopefully positive suggestions in that regard.